In this video, I'm going to show you a few different ways to move this elbow in line with this nozzle, this elbow and nozzle, so we can complete this line. The most easiest way to move any component or equipment for that matter is to just say by, give it a direction and a distance. 1 foot by south 6 inches, whatever it is. But that's a little obnoxious because we don't know exactly how far we need to move that. So there are better things to use. One thing we can do is cue the PA of the elbow in front of us, which gives us our north coordinate. So we can say move through north 39 feet. So it lines up perfectly. But that's also a little obnoxious because we had to cue the PA of that elbow in front of it. So let me show you another way. We can pick this nozzle and we can set a variable to it by typing in var1 name. So we're using variable 1 on that nozzle. And then we go back to our elbow and we can say through $V1, and it moves it right where it needs to be. That comes in very handy when you're, say, moving to an object that's off the screen or a very small object that you're going to have a hard time picking. You can select it, set the variable back out, and then move the component you're moving to. So that's a great little command to know. Another one you can do, which is extremely powerful, is the through ID at command. Now anytime you use ID at and hit enter, PDMS is going to wait for you to pick something on the screen. It's expecting you to pick a point on the screen. So, and you can tell by how your command lines get faded, it's waiting for you to select something on the screen. So I'm going to go ahead, I can pick this nozzle or I can pick this elbow, it doesn't matter, since they both line up where we need to be. So that lines up perfectly. Another thing you can do is to say through IDP at, if you want to get a little more specific, and you can zone in on different P points of an element. For example, by clicking on this silly of this piece of equipment, you can see how the P points are now highlighted, and as I put the cursor over one of them, I get a crosshairs. So when you're over the P point you want, you release your mouse and your elbow moves perfectly in line with that P point. So that's very handy to use. Another thing we can do is to say through PT. In this case, PT stands for pipe tail. Since you've already set the pipe tail of this branch, you can say move, through pipe tail, hit enter, and it automatically lines up in that direction with the pipe tail. Okay, so the next thing we need to do to finish this line up is we need another elbow, and you can pick one off of the menus by creating a new elbow, but I think it's faster to say new elbow, copy previous, hit enter, and we've added another elbow into the hierarchy. You can't see it until you type connect. It pops into your screen. So we need to rotate it to the proper direction by typing dir space E. And now all we need to do is raise it up so it's in line with our next elbow. And we're going to use next, which is extremely powerful. And now, as you can see, our line is complete.